Want to create professional Excel dashboard like you see in the companies? In this video, I'll show you step by step how to build a clean and interactive dashboard from scratch, even if you are a beginner. By the end of this video, you will be able to create summary metrics, build charts, add slicer for interactivity, and design a clean dashboard layout. This is how your dashboard might look. The first step is understanding the data. So before creating any dashboard, you need to understand your data. In this example, we have columns with data like month, region, sales rep, the product we sold, the units, the cost of the units, and the total sales. What insights we want is the total sales, sales by region, and sales by product. Dashboard is not only about the charts, it's about the insights. The second step is clean your data. The messy data will break your dashboard and the data might be incorrect sometime. So how to do this? So in the previous video, we covered about few data cleaning tricks. So you can refer to that. So first thing we have to check if there are any extra spaces or duplicate entries and the formatting. So you can use trim or you can remove duplicates. Always clean data first before analysis. The next step is creating the summary metrics. Now let's create a key numbers for your dashboard. Like example, your total sales, total orders, and average sales. Let's say for an example, you want the total sales, total orders, and average sales. If you're following my YouTube channel, you might be able to get this formulas by now. Let me recreate that. So for total sales, we'll take sum formula equals sum, the entire column, close a bracket, hit enter. So that's your total sales and we'll find out the total orders. So for this, we will use counta equals counta your total units. So you have total 87 and the next is average sales. We'll take average sales column, close a bracket, hit enter. So you found all this informations. These are called KPIs, that is key performance indicators. So why is it matter and why is it important for us? So key performance indicators are vital metrics that align teams with business goals and track progress effectively. So this enable the data-driven decisions by highlighting issues or the real trends. So in businesses, this fosters accountability, boosts efficiency, and drives continuous improvement across operations. So next step is to create the pivot table. So you have two options. You can directly select the data and create pivot. If not, you can convert this to a table format and then you can create a pivot. So why is this important to decide here is because if this is your permanent data, you can directly insert the pivots for this. So if you are modifying this data, then it is suggestible to have the table format. So let's create the table, insert, click on table, click on OK. So the data is converted to table format now. Now let's create a pivot table. Pivot. So let's have this in the new worksheet. Click OK. Okay, so now you got. So let's analyze the KPIs. So in this table, the key metrics that we are identifying is the region and the sales according to the region. And the second one is according to the sales rep. So each individual's sales will be analyzed here. So for that, I'll be creating two pivots. One is for the region. This will be in rows and total sales will be in values. So this is the first pivot and I'll also create one more pivot. This will be in the existing worksheet. So I'll create this here, click on OK. So now I'm looking for sales rep in rows and total sales in the values. So I have created a previous video to cover all this pivot options for you. You can check out. So pivot table helps you summarize the data in seconds. So changing fields in an Excel pivot table dynamically reorganizes the data and revealing the new summarize like totals by region instead of the product, thus shifting insights from product performance to geographic trends. And deciding those filters, rows, columns, values is very important to analyze the data. So the next step is adding the charts. Now let's convert this data into visuals. So click on the pivot table, click on insert. So now you have a different types of charts like column, line charts, scatter, pie, bar, statistical, and combos. So I'll be creating another video to explain step by step about the different types of charts. Now let's only concentrate on the dashboard that we are creating. Let's take the first chart, that is column chart. So this gives you the trend of individual reps, total sales they made. So next, let's insert the pie. Go to insert pie, 2D pie. Let's have it here. Okay. So let's understand why charts are better than tables. So charts in Excel are crucial because they transform raw numbers into visual formats like bars, lines, etc. So making complex data easier to understand and interpret quickly. So they reveal the trends, patterns, outliners, and comparison at a glance. So don't use too many colors, remove unnecessary grid lines. So next step is adding the slicer for this dashboard. This is where your dashboard becomes more powerful. So to add that, click on a pivot, insert, slicer. So here I'm looking for the region, click on OK. So you have created the slicer. Let's have this here. Okay, let's organize. This is what makes dashboard interactive. So next step is design the dashboard. So you have, if you want to change this format, coloring, you can do that. So I'll be changing this to sales dashboard. Click on OK. And I don't need this. So you can remove that. So you have settings here to modify. And currently this is only linked with one pivot. You have to select both the pivots. So if you click on central, you will get only the details pertaining to central, and east will be available and west. So you can select this for the entire data. So to look more attractive and more informative, we can add the data label for this, add data labels. So instead of values, you can also insert percentage and remove values. So this gives you the total percentage in the pie graph. So you can move charts to one sheet, and you can also align this properly however it is required for you, and use always a consistent colors and keep spacing clean and avoid the clutters. So simple dashboards always look more professional. And that's your complete Excel dashboard built from scratch. And if you want, and if you don't want this data to be available, you can hide it and you can use the dashboard accordingly. So the advantage of creating the table is if you want to modify, for example, this entry was accidentally updated in April and you want to change that to March, you can do that. Go here, right click, refresh the pivot. So this is refreshed automatically. I've observed few common dashboard mistakes like too many charts. So if you make it very simple, it is very easier to understand the trends. So having messy layout and there are no clear insights. So this is all about the dashboard, which is for beginners. If you found this useful, like and subscribe. I'll be posting more Excel tutorials to help you improve your skills.